Hello, students. Good morning. Hope you are well, and I know that you all are well studying also. And I pray also that you should be always fine. With that, I also want to tell you and remind you, please, whatever is taught, keep studying and complete the copy work also. All the question answers you should do in the copy and exercises in the book. Do not keep your work for the last moments, okay? So we begin the new chapter you have in history is the next one, lesson 5, the Vedic period. This chapter is of little controversy. The people still argue about the coming of Aryans in India, whether they have come from Central Asia or not, or they were already here. So this is a little controversial issue. So we will not go with that. We will learn what is said in the book, because we are learning from the book, and you will also do everything from the book. Only your paper comes from there or syllabus is from here. So I will be teaching you what is said in the book. We will leave all other things, what is said or taught, other issues of it. Alright, so we begin our class. In the previous chapter we were learning about the Indus Valley civilization. Alright, so after the Indus Valley civilization, the first paragraph you have that we have found in Indus Valley civilization some script which was not deciphered, which cannot be understood, that we learned. Okay, some seals were there, something written on that could not be also deciphered or understood. And the next set of evidences which are found are from the period 1200 to 800 BCE. So next set of sources that we got from the places, the period is known as your Vedic period from 1200 to 800 BCE. Okay, so this period is known as Vedic period, and it is getting the name of Vedic period from the Vedas. Okay, the Vedas describe this period in great detail. If we read the Vedas, we will come to know more about the Vedic period. Okay, so we will study about the Vedic period and slightly also more about is this the next chapter also. Okay, so the first paragraph is we have learnt about in the previous chapter about the Indus Valley civilization. The sources and the writing were deciphered, we cannot understand it now. And then after that period, some sources of the history were from 1200 to 800 BCE. The period is Vedic period. Vedic period is named even from the Vedas. Okay, we will be learning about the Vedic period in this chapter and also coming chapters also. So the Aryans and they spread in India. The next heading is the Aryans and their spread in India. This period, okay, the people of this period are believed to have come from Central Asia. So the people, those who came here from 1200 to 800 BCE, it is believed that they came from Central Asia. They came across Hindu Kush ranges. Hindu Kush ranges is your Himalaya mountains. From those mountains they crossed from Central Asia and they came to India in the plains of Indus Valley. The early part of the period flourished in the region of Punjab. So in the beginning, the sources are found near the Punjab, Afghanistan, okay, and including some area of Pakistan also. So they settled near Punjab, Pakistan, Afghanistan, okay, and gradually they spread into the regions of Ganga basin. So slowly they were in Central Asia, okay. They crossed the Himalaya mountains, Hindu Kush mountain ranges. They settled in Afghanistan, they settled in some part of Pakistan, Punjab, and slowly they entered into the Ganga plains. Okay, this is said. Now we go to page 37. The people who lived in this region are called themselves as Aryan. So all people who came from Central Asia and lived in Punjab, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and slowly moved to the Ganga basin, they called themselves as Aryans. Okay. Historians believe that the Aryans were nomadic group of people who originally lived in Central Asia, and some of them migrated to other parts of the world towards both east and west of India and Europe respectively. So some historians believe that, as I told you, it's a controversial issue whether the Aryans came from Central Asia or not, but some historians believe that the Aryans came from Central Asia and they settled in eastern countries also and western countries also Europe. So historians believe they settled in eastern countries and European countries also. Okay. The cause of the large scale migration is, however, we do not know the cause. Why did they move from Central Asia and come to live in eastern countries and western countries also, like Europe and all? Also they went and settled there also. In Asian country also they settled. So why did they move? The cause is not clear. Like Indus Valley destruction, cause is not known. It is just a belief that maybe a flood or maybe the deforestation. So here also we do not know the cause. What may be the cause of what we say is the people coming from Central Asia. Okay. We go to the next paragraph. The theory of migration gets support to a large extent from the similarity in the spoken language and other aspect people of their custom across the widespread region. So as I told you now that they migrated from Central Asia to the eastern countries and the western countries. So why this theory is there that they were in eastern countries also and they are in the eastern western countries also? Because the culture the people follow. Okay, that this is the culture the people follow and the language we speak is somewhat similar. Okay, that's why we feel the people migrated to the eastern and western countries. Okay, and also if we will read the Vedas, there it is mentioned Sapt Sindhu, 7 rivers are mentioned, okay, which are 7 tributaries of the Indus River flowing in the northwest region of undivided India. That time it was not undivided like in Pakistan. Now we divided, na? Pakistan is different, and before it was one only. That is you have, when you must have studied in India and Pakistan was divided. Okay, so when India and Pakistan was not divided, there was Sapt Sindhu, 7 rivers were flowing into the Indus River towards the northwest. Which were the 7 rivers? If we will read the Vedas, the rivers are Ganga, Yamuna, Sindhu, Kaveri, Godavari and Shravasti, Narmada. These are the 7 rivers flowing into the Indus River, okay, and flowing towards the northwest. Okay, so this is the next paragraph, that we get an idea of migration. People moved to the east and western countries because the culture and the language of the people is somewhat similar, and also from the Vedas we get some idea of 7 rivers. The next one is, the last paragraph, the heading is the common words of the language. If you will see the chart given down here, okay, here it is given like common languages are given, like Vedic period they used to call Father Pitri, whereas in German they called as Vater, English people called Father, and Persian called Pida. So these 3 are similar, but this Vedic Pitri language is different. So that's why some historians believe that the Aryans did not migrate to India from Central Asia. That's why it is a what we say, the controversial issue. That's why it is said in this paragraph also, the common words of the language of these people with those used in European languages convinces the historians. So some historians get convinced that people in India or the Aryans in India did not come from Central Asia, because Central or in India Vedic period language is totally different, and if we go to European countries like German, English and Persian, their language is somewhat similar, Father, Pidar, Vadar, whereas in Vedic it is different. That's why some historians say that the Aryans did not come to India from Central Asia. Alright, now we have next Vedas. This is clear, the Aryans and their spread in India. Okay, the Aryans and their spread in India, as I told you, they had come from Central Asia, went to the European and Eastern countries, but it's still a issue of argument because the language doesn't match with the European ones. Okay, so next we have Vedas. The Vedas are found have been scripted on the bark of birch tree. So there were no that time books and copies, writing in the books and copies. So there were birch of bark tree. On that they used to write. Okay. On the hills of Kashmir they have found some bark of birch tree, and they are also known as Bhojpatra. Okay, so they used to write on Bhojpatra. So some Bhojpatras have been found in Kashmir valleys, on which the Vedas are written in Sanskrit. Clear? So Vedas are found in Kashmir valley, written on Bhojpatra, which is called as bark of birch tree, and it is written in Sanskrit. You study Sanskrit in your subject also. You have subject Sanskrit, na? So it was written in Sanskrit. Alright. Next we have which are the four Vedas. There are Vedas, but there are four Vedas. Okay. So the Rig Veda, it is the oldest Veda of four Vedas. We have four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sham Veda, and Atharva Veda. And all four deal with the different things. So Rig Veda is the oldest Veda. It is dealing with the hymns. Hymns means the bhajans. Okay, the devotional songs which you say. And Yajur Veda is laying down the procedure how to be adopted for the rituals and how to do some rituals and ceremonies. If you will read Yajur Veda will tell you how to offer prayers, how to do ceremonies, how to do kaun sa riti rivaj kaise karna hai. Sam Veda is musical form of hymns. Here also you will find mantras and bhajans and all. Atharva Veda is spelled out to be the various forms of charms and spells, magical, tantra mantra, all is written in Atharva Veda. It is believed the writing of scripture was done much later, whereas the hymns were sung and passed on over generation. Writing of the scripture of Vedas, scripture means the holy writing, which you say as scripture means pavitra granth, like you say, pavitra granth, holy book. So this holy book or the scripture is written later, but the songs and hymns were sung and they were passed on to the people, and people by hearted in and told to the next generation. It was not like us that we have everything written and we read and learn. No, people at that time learned that and they passed to the next generation, then later on they were written into the written form. Okay. So the written scripts are complied as hymn or suktas, which means well said. So all written hymns and bhajans later were written and known as suktas. Okay. So this is what we have learned today about from where the Aryans came. Okay. And what is Veda? It is written in Sanskrit. Then we learned which are the four Vedas, and four Vedas have different things into them, and the hymns were learnt by hearted and passed on to the next generation. Then later it was written, which is called as suktas. This is for today enough, children, and tomorrow we will continue with the chapter further. Okay, read the chapter again, whatever I have taught you, all these three headings properly. If you have any doubt, if you do not understand, you can call me on Saturday and ask me. I will re-explain to you on Monday. But before that, you should read it. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.